Wow.
Well, and we're live.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
what were you looking for?
My pen.
Did you find it?
Did you guys ever talk about Penis Land back in the day? Or are
Oh,
you too old for that?
what, penis.com?
You know, when you were like in school
Pen 15?
and you were like, hey, you like pen 15?
Yeah.
And you like draw pen 15 and you're like, oh,
Oh,
so good.
Pen 15.
So good.
God, I remember Pen
was
15.
thinking-
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, about
That's really
how
funny. Yeah.
like what are the lies you were told in school? And like stuff like that, like did the teacher obviously the teacher knew what you were doing. You weren't slick. You know?
Oh,
Talking about penis land, pen 15 land.
how do you where did it originate, I guess? Do you think a teacher is the person that actually like started circulating it, maybe?
Well, that's okay, so that's the crazy one is like we all remember the same things. So there had to have been a network of teachers sharing, oh, this crazy kid did this.
Totally.
He drew an S symbol. Wow. Crazy.
Symbol,
What does S symbol look like? Oh, well, I'll fax it to you. And then that gets in the hands of a kid, an intern or whatever you call it in the office. And he's like, damn, that S is sick.
Is it the beginning of like the original memes, like the original, like people would go from school to school just based on one person doing it?
You know what I mean? Like,
are you saying that back in the 1700s somebody drew something and then they're like, oh, this is really good, we should send it by crow or by hawk to another town, and then that town suddenly knows about that, and then they're like, yeah, we invented this?
Like, yeah, like calculators were invented, and then some kid had to be like, hey, if you turn it upside down and put these numbers in, it says boobs. And then that kid has to like run to the next school and be like, guys, because everybody wants to be the first who have figured it. I figured this out.
What was it? Is point
Two sevens, a 3 and a
0.11354. Oh, what was it? Oh my god, now I have to go to my calculator here really quick. What?
How did it spread without the internet?
0.1134 is hello. I think that's hello. But what's 310808? Is that booby? Oh, I don't remember now. You're right. The calculator thing. You 100% learn the calculator thing when you're a kid. Oh my god.
Who is it? Like older brothers and sisters are like, yeah, you impress the kids at school.
It's passed down.
How to write hell.
Yeah, it's passed down through
Did you
the
have
lineage
Did you
of
have
high
like
school.
Did you have like that like story you told to like get it to add up to say boobies?
Yeah, but
that's like the story. Yeah.
It was literally half the number. Probably it's like multiplied by 2, and that equals. What is the question? You got to look it up now.
Calculator boobies story.
See you on the other side.
Working 9 to 5 in a world so alive. 2 friends in the office talking jive. They love the pop culture, it was their obsession. So they teamed up, had a brand new mission. Started a podcast, just like a dream. Talking sitcoms, movies, and all things extreme. From Star Wars to the A-Team, they covered it all. Their conversation. When the talkers that chatter all day, diving deep into topics in a fun and crazy way. In the office or on airwaves, they spread the cheer with their podcast. They had nothing to fear.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back.
So you have to imagine this because this is a podcast. So you have to imagine. I just typed the word I'm typing the word 69 into the calculator.
Perfect. If you're driving right now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine this. Okay, go for it.
It's much stupider than I remember.
Oh, really?
I typed in 69 on the calculator.
Wait, no. you got to do this. Tell us the story like you would if you were young 12-year-old Danny.
I'm doing it.
Oh, no, go for it. Go for it. Hey, Danny, how you doing today?
I had this. Okay, give me your calculator, kid.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you something
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, what is
All right,
it?
I'm putting 69 in the onto the calculator. This represents the number of boobs Sally has. Wow. And that's too many boobs.
Okay, continue.
I typed the number 51 into the calculator. This represents the address of the doctor on 51st Street. I multiply that by 8. This represents the doctor's advice to take a certain pill 8 times a day. The result of the multiplication is 55378008. Now, as I turn the calculator upside down, Sally is now boobless.
What a stupid story. What a stupid story. Oh,
There
just
was
to
once
fit
a
the
lady who
narrative.
wore a size 69 bra. That was too big. She went to 51st Street to see Dr. X, who gave her 8 pills for her pain, which left her boobless.
Oh. That's so dumb. So dumb. I genuinely don't remember that story attached to it, but is that what the kiddos
really?
are telling the story now? Oh, wait a minute. Nobody's
guess
using
so.
calculators. Let's not be dumb. Nobody's using calculators.
I think they are, aren't they? Do they use calculators still?
Are people getting out the old Texas Instrument calculators next to their desk?
You never know. You
No.
never know.
I'm sure Siri could probably tell me that story. I bet you it's somewhere in AI land. Oh, that's really good. Okay.
That's
I like
good
it.
stuff. That's great stuff. If you ask
That's
me.
the beginning of when our brains went online for sexy stuff, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Figuring out. I mean, I don't know. Is a size 69 bra too big? I'm not sure. Is it too big? I don't know.
I don't know. We need chat to tell us. Otherwise, I have no idea.
Is it a coincidence that they use the letter, the number 69 in that little joke? Because that's like the funny number. You know,
Of course
the
it is.
funny numbers.
Of course it is. That's one of the taboo numbers that you have to bring up and laugh
I guess
at anytime
because
it
right, you have
happens.
to you just say 51st Street, so you literally could just say any number.
That's
as long as
right.
It adds up to boobless.
It fits the narrative. That's the exciting part about those stories. Yep. Are there more like that? I don't know if there is.
I don't remember. There was like a hell one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what number that one is. HELL would be
It
1 1.
It was like hello, hell, something or other. You were in hell. Hello, something.
HELL. What's
God,
the H? Is
school.
it 5?
How do you do the
1135?
Cora? How do you do the boobless joke on the calculator?
Yeah.
Is this what kids use now? They're
It's already there. Did
Googling
it show up in
jokes.
Google right away?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's everywhere.
Yep. Then it's right at the top of the Google searches. I'm gonna pull it up here in ChatGPT.
Chapity. Well, welcome everybody to the podcast. We were gonna do oh my
Thanks.
gosh. We were gonna do a sketch prompts tonight, but we had a couple cancellations. So now you're watching and listening to a podcast you live streamed.
Cool. Who are you?
The voice you're hearing is Danny, if this is indeed a podcast.
Mhm.
And then the other guy, I don't know.
Yeah,
Who's that guy?
I guess I'm the PJ part of the duo.
Uncle Peepee.
Uncle PJ. I've been referred to as Uncle PJ a couple times this week, coincidentally. Just Uncle PJ laying down the rules. Uncle PJ.
You just have that vibe.
Getting the restraining orders. Yeah, that's me.
Getting them. He's getting them, guys.
That's what I do. I collect them. Like Pokemon cards. I collect them restraining orders.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, I guess if someone discovered the podcast without seeing what you looked like,
Mm-hmm.
like if they never joined a live stream or saw any content otherwise,
Yes.
you know, they don't know if you look like someone who does bad stuff. Because I feel like you have an uncly look to it. You
Have
got
an
an
uncly
uncly
look?
look. You got an uncly look.
If of the two of us, if you were to look at our avatar, of the two of us, I'm the one that looks like a gold miner.
Right. Yeah. Gold
Yeah.
mining.
Gold
Very
miner.
uncly.
Yep.
Gold miners are all about uncles. Wait, what?
No, I don't know. I'm the one that looks like a gold miner or a homeless Santa Claus or just an alderman.
An alderman.
An alderman. What would you
It
say?
looks
How
like
would you
he
describe
is.
yourself?
I feel like I definitely feel like I've been like white guy number 2. Not generic white guy number 1,
Yeah.
but like number 2. I'm the soft second.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're the when the bully does his bully stuff, you're the guy right behind him that goes, "Yeah."
Yeah, like
You're that
I'm
guy.
the guy who could be bullied, but I could be the guy who gets the bullying happening, you know? I could go either way.
Or are
depending on my
you
mood.
or are you the guy that wants to get the bullying going, but instead you go to the bully and go, "Hey, this is the guy we should bully."
Yeah, the goader.
Yeah,
The
that's you.
goad.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't see you as a bully, but I see you as the messenger of bulliedom.
Yeah. Like saying things and be like, yeah, he said this. He said that your mom has 69 bra and that's too many. Go fight him.
You made it up. You're the inventor of those type of jokes, and they get
Yeah.
passed on through generations, and you get no credit for it. Absolutely no credit.
And growing up was wild. How did we learn all that stupid stuff? Like, really? I guess it was just us being stupid. Like,
No, I think you said it before. It was kind of like a rite of passage. The older kids, when you're in grade like 5, and grade 8ers are like passing down that information. Maybe it's like the telephone game. It just gets so compounded and becomes
right.
way bigger
Purple
over
monkey
decades.
Purple monkey dishwasher. Yeah.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
It's like a Simpsons gag. They're like telling, the chain of people going,
Yeah.
you know, Bart says blah blah blah, purple monkey dishwasher. That's the joke.
God, I don't remember that. Okay.
We've been watching Simpsons,
Mhm.
and we're on season 29.
Holy
I don't think we
jeez,
started
man.
at season 1 because I find the early seasons pretty hard to watch.
Yes.
But like, damn.
In what
It's
way?
a mixed bag. It
Totally.
is a mixed bag. Holy crap.
Tanya and I mentioned this a couple days ago. It's the only real series where you're literally 30 seasons in and nobody's aged. Not a single thing.
Right.
They have not played with the age of any of the characters at all.
Yeah, they don't want to mess with the dynamic, I guess.
Totally. I feel like we were watching a cartoon recently, like an animated series where they did show the characters aging from season to season, and it was good. Shoot,
Oh,
I
really?
forget what it was. Yeah.
I mean, they certainly have a lot of episodes where they're older
Mhm.
or younger or whatever, right?
They're usually
But-
throw-tos a lot of the time. Yeah.
A lot of throw-tos, yeah. A lot of throw-tos. But
Throw-tos.
yeah, the definitely the show, I don't want to say it's bad, but it's just like they have like the South Park thing going on where it's like a formula of what's
Yep.
going on in popular culture, stuff like that. But it's like safer than South Park, so it's not quite as like edgy or fun.
It's more
But also-
family-oriented. Yeah.
I mean, Simpsons is very much like a you remember your time of it.
Yes.
Like-
yes.
Yeah, like just like the Conan O'Brien show. Like you remember your years, you know?
Well played. Because right as you said that, the first episode, like when you think of Simpsons of your era, what is the first episode that comes to your head?
Oh man, like
Or a line?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say classic, but like when they join the Navy and there's like Yvonne Niage, stuff like that. Like that's to
Yes.
me like I think that was like season 12-ish, 10 to 12 kind of
Sure.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flaming Homer.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the first thing that comes to my head is the Flaming Homer. Like that was when I feel like I fell in love with the show was the Flaming Homer episode.
Right.
You just
yeah.
lost yourself a customer. Homer, you just lost yourself a customer.
That's it.
That's all it is. That's all it is. I think about that episode often.
I will say, so in rewatching these, and when I say rewatching, we're like putting it on during dinner time or something. It's just a show you put on, and if you miss a bunch of episodes, that's fine. But I'm
cracking a Dr. Pepper, by the way.
How is it a warm Dr. Pepper?
No, it's cold, which is
it's too cold. It's too cold. Anyway.
Too cold. For those that don't know, I like boiled Dr. Pepper. Sorry, continue. Yep.
Okay, so one of my favorite things of television and watching old shows is when they switch from 4:3 to 16:9.
Whoa.
That's my ratio.
Yeah.
And The Simpsons, I was like literally like, when is it gonna happen?
When does it happen?
Because like not only is it 4:3, and I mean if you recall when it got added to Disney Plus, there was a lot of controversy because they just basically like, what did they do? They stretched it. Okay. They just stretched 4:3. So like, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of what they did. They did something where basically they cropped. Yeah. They cropped out the joke. There's a lot of things where they cropped out the joke because of the way they cropped it and they fixed it and everything. Yep. Now you can watch it in original format or whatever. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. What they did was they zoomed in so that it cuts the top and bottom off a little bit.
Sure.
But gives you 16:9.
Okay,
but
that
then
does make sense.
Some there's like some jokes where like there was one where like they were talking about beer and like the pipes above that said it was like normal beer pouring into light beer or whatever. Yeah. That was cropped off, so it just looked like 2 vats of beer and the joke was gone.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, yeah, one of my hobbies is I love when television shows finally switch to 16:9, and with Simpsons, the couch gag has to change too because their little TV is a 4:3 TV. Wow. And I was sort of like waiting for it. It finally happened. And yeah, they basically, if I recall now, it's been a while since I've seen it now, is they get a new TV. And that's like the switch over is they get a new TV for the couch gag.
Danny, I vaguely remember that in the opening, it shows them rolling in a new TV.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. The old TV breaks or something like that. And
yeah.
Although, it's really interesting watching this kind of stuff because the switch to 16:9 was the switch to digital animation. So it then all of a sudden looks totally different. It's like cleaner. Yes. Like you do notice it. Not that I don't want to say it's worse or better.
Sharper. It's much more
But it's
sharper.
just like, it's like jarring. You're like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Wow. Charge 66 is in chat. The boys are back in town. How are things? The boys are back in
We're talking about The Simpsons.
Simpsons, yes.
And I've got a couple. I think I got one topic to talk about tonight.
I've got a couple.
I don't want to bear the lead because if someone's listening to this, I really want to talk about the marketing of Deadpool.
Oh, okay. Let's go to that.
But we don't have to go to that yet. What Simpsons?
Little teaser.
Let's continue on The Simpsons a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Dayton. Yes. Hey, Dayton. How you doing?
Dayton's in
Charge
chat.
66 is in chat. That's Dayton. Hey, Dayton. Okay. Simpsons. Yes. So everything's digital from that point on. And do you find by season 29, is it better digital? Is it much do you notice a progressive change?
I don't know.
Is
it's tough to say.
Kind of the same sharpness?
It
as the color palette
used
changed.
To it. Yeah, it's the style, right? It's more vibrant, and like the newer episodes start to do different things with the animation. It's a little bit more out there. Like they can it does if you don't have to like physically draw it like that. There is advantages, so they can have like 3D looking things. Sort of like how Futurama was cool for that.
Yeah,
it looked 2D animated, but every once in a while, like the ship will take off, and you'll be like, "Oh, well, that's a 3-dimensional object, right?" I think they actually started doing that, if I recall.
They would have taken the same tech and moved it over because it was the same animation company. Yes, no?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that does make sense. Yeah. Do you find that the jokes are getting more stale by 29? Like since you're watching them in like consecutive order, Like, how are they doing things to be more shocking? And the reason why that's important for me is that I found Family Guy was really funny until they started getting into like the puking or throwing up and like getting into the gross gags, and then I was just like, ugh, nah, I'm out now. The jokes didn't land the way that they should, the way they did previously.
Well, I don't remember. I don't know if it's like I'm in the era of I'm in the era of Simpsons where Family Guy has been canceled and brought back and canceled and brought back, I believe, by this point.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the like like the segments and they're like where the characters say something and then something randomly shoots off into the imagination and like something outrageous happens
For Family Guy.
Yeah, like that's like their style, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. The cutaway. Yeah, it's a cutaway. Yeah.
The cutaway.
Yeah.
The term.
I think that's what he calls it. Yeah, the cutaway.
Yeah. The Simpsons does a lot of that.
Oh, really?
Where it's like not rooted in like what's happening on the screen is not physically happening. It's just like an offshoot, right?
They were trying to take the same template and see if they could work with it. Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a Simpsons did it first thing or we're trying to be more hip like Family Guy and doing those kind of things. But yeah, it doesn't really land as good for me. I feel like The Simpsons at its peak was like relatable family stuff.
Yes.
Right? So as soon as they start talking about like, I don't know, like weird stuff that is not real, not actually happening to them, it's different. It hits different.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might as well be a musical episode.
Yeah. True.
Just as
like,
fake.
Like I was forbidden for watching Simpsons because my dad figured it would make me like Bart, who's like a bad kid in quotations, right?
Yes.
But like it was real to him, you know? Like like if a parent saw it now, well, it's like, well, what's happening on the screen is not real. Like those aren't real situations. So I'm not like worried my kid's gonna be like gonna be scarred for life for this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm figuring this out real time.
Yeah, totally. Sorry, that's landing actually quite well. It's safer for
Yeah.
parents to have kids watch it because it's unrealistic circumstances. So it's unlikely that they would even be put in that situation to be rebellious anyways.
Yeah.
I guess.
I was allowed to watch Star Wars because lightsabers don't exist.
No, but pool noodles do.
Pool noodles do.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like talking about Star Wars as soon as Random Rick.
Exactly. Random Rick is in chat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, did you watch the new show?
Yeah,
Have you
Acolyte
watched
is
the new show? Have you
It's funny we both went to it at the same time. Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't want to spoil. Did you watch it?
You don't want to spoil. I did watch
I
it.
don't wanna
I did watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's funny. Like Acolyte is funny to me. Is the same complaints people are having with that show are the same complaints that the prequel trilogy stuff had when it came out.
Well played.
Literally, everybody's like, everybody's like,
You can't
oh man, this
retconning
sucks.
things. Yeah.
Well, they're like, oh, this sucks. It's a great, the acting is good. The lightsaber fights are great, but what they're saying isn't what a real human being sounds like when they talk. The story and the dialogue is so bad. And then they turn their head and go, man, I really love those prequel movies. They're the best, huh? Like, come on.
Totally. Yeah.
It's like a Star Wars thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's the same as every other show, though. I'm not going to go back and watch them, though. Like, do you go back and watch Mandalorian? Did you go back and watch any of those seasons? Did you watch Boba Fett? Did you rewatch
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, oh my god, I was just trying to think of another one. Yes, Obi-Wan. No, for me, I watched them. They're done. I know a little bit more about that little corner of the universe now, and cool, I can move on with my life.
Yeah.
But the movies, I will put on episode 1 and I'll watch episode 1. I just watched episode 9 last Sunday.
Oh,
and
no.
And let's be clear. It's riddled with horribleness. But it's still watchable. It's still like, as a Star Wars fan, I have to just allow myself to acknowledge that it's all part of the same universe, and it is what it is, right?
Sure. Yeah, I get that.
And Acolyte is the same. It does all these things that just is like, I don't think that was supposed to happen, but it did, and now that information is in my head.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, they did a good job at like kind of setting the stage for like what's going on, and they did do some world building, which is always my like number one complaint with those shows, is they don't add anything to the lore.
I feel that.
They added like cortosis and whip sabers and shit like that. So there's some stuff happening.
Yeah.
But just the execution is just atrocious.
I guess what I feel like is that there's no, like, Kathleen Kennedy isn't like the Feige of the situation, isn't like wrangling in all the information and taking absolute control of this universe. There's some leniences that are happening. Oh, you want to do this? Okay, go for it. It's a cool idea. Go for it. Let's rile up everybody and make all the Star Wars fans so angry. Let's do it. Oh my God, it'll be great.
Was Filoni attached to this?
I don't think he was. I think it was just Kennedy.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah. Random Rick says in chat, I thought Acolyte looked bad, but I really got sick of people posting how much they hated it, yet they still watched it every week. Well, you hope that it gets better as you watch it. I always feel like episode 1 and 2, the character development, okay, cool. And then you hope by the end of the season, you're just like, oh, it all tied it together. Oh my God, amazing.
Right, yeah.
It all got tied. So great.
It was kind of funny because like maybe we're seeing the effects of streaming and like having all the episodes like available at once. Because people were like, episode 3 would drop and be like, wow, this is stupid. They haven't answered every single one of my questions. This is the worst show I've ever seen. It's like, no. You don't give it away. You don't give it all away at once.
But hold on. How many shows have you watched where you know there's going to be 12 episodes and you're on episode 10 and you're like, they've got a lot to tie up here.
Oh,
they had better do something to tie this up. We finished watching Shogun, and phenomenal show. The John Blackthorne show. And did you watch that? Quick side.
I couldn't finish it. It wasn't good.
We thought it was great. We thought it was really, really good. And by the end, we were just like, there's a lot to tie up. There's a lot to happen here.
Right.
There's a lot. And then in the last, like, I don't know, half an hour, they tied it up. And it was great. It was great. Yeah, they ended it well. We were like, oh my God, okay, well, this felt good. It wasn't no Lost situation, but still, it was, yeah.
Like Dune 2. That was my feeling. We were like 2 hours and a half in. I was like, man, they still got to like take over the universe. Like,
exactly. You're looking at the clock like, what? Yeah. Especially when like series announces that this is the final season.
Right. Yeah.
Which is more common. Like if a show just gets cut off and you don't hear the ending of it, and they're like, well, we weren't renewed for another season. You're like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. We're not going to get our answers. And there's lots of shows that I've experienced where that's happened, sadly. But like when they announce this is the final season, you're like, oh my God. Oh, small example. Half an hour ago, we just finished watching the first episode of Snowpiercer, of the last season of Snowpiercer.
Okay.
They announced it is the final season. And so it is filmed. It's done. It's been in the can for like 2 years. And we were just talking about they have 10 episodes, 12 episodes to somehow tie it into the movie? ?
Right. Good question. Yeah.
Right. So now we know where the trajectory is supposed to go because we're fans of the movie. But are they going to do it? We don't know. We're expecting it as an audience member, but
they're gonna jump
weird,
it.
Right?
They're gonna They're gonna do some. What are they called? Flash forwards.
Oh God, yeah. To the movie, like the Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
No, it's not Chris Hemsworth. Chris, what's it? Captain America? Chris.
Evans. That's
Chris
it,
Evans, yeah. Because Chris Evans was in the original Snowpiercer. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that movie. That was cool. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I watch a lot of Screen Crush. I really like their style of videos, especially for like getting recaps of shows and ending explained. I really like their stuff.
What do you mean?
Like,
what is that?
Oh, you've seen it. I'm sure you have. It's the guy. It's Ryan Airy. He sits in front of a bunch of videotapes, and it looks like he's at a rental place, and he talks about Star Wars recaps and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm sure you've seen him on YouTube. He's a big deal.
He's a big deal. Okay.
But I do like we're gonna go see Deadpool tomorrow.
Yep.
And like literally when I get home, I'm gonna watch like all the Easter eggs and everything you missed on Deadpool or whatever. It's really good. I really like watching.
No spoilers.
But
we're going on Sunday. We're going.
Yeah,
Sunday.
nice. Awesome.
I got like 3 days to avoid the spoilers, but go for it.
Now I want to cover that in a second.
Yeah, go for it.
But for some reason, they did a video fairly recently explaining the ending of Lost.
What?
And I was like, and I watched it because I was like, why would they do this?
Yes.
And like, because I remember being like, I don't remember being like upset about the ending, but like, I remember being like, what is this? Like,
okay,
what
hold
is
on.
this?
This
crap?
is a super touchy subject. Before okay, I've talked about it on the pod before. I watched Lost every week,
right?
Every week of every episode. And it was like water cooler talk. I would go to work and we'd be like, oh, what is this? 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. What is all this? We got, and we're all this speculating. And J.J. Abrams told us that it was not going to be something the whole time. And then it became that thing. He lied to us.
Yeah, it's
right?
not going to be this.
It's not. I feel like that show is so old we don't need to treat it like spoilers. You know what? I'm not going to do it.
Lord,
no. I don't know if you guys know how Total Recall ends, but I'm going to spoil it right now.
They were all in purgatory or whatever.
They were 100% purgatory. That's what it was. They were in purgatory, and we were told from J.J. Abrams that was not the case. Everybody speculated that they felt like everybody on the plane died, and this was their heaven. This was their place that we're all meeting up before they all go to. Like, it's all purgatory before they go to heaven. And all the writers, everybody said, no way. That's not at all what it is.
Dog.
No way. Not
like
at all.
when an
And
actor's
then
like,
the final episode happens. They're all in the church. The door is open. And I just remember, like, roll credits. Me just, like, wanting to slam down a remote going, what just happened? I was lied to.
right, yeah. Well, you should watch this video. You should watch it because I feel like it didn't tell me conceptually it didn't tell me what I didn't already know.
Okay.
But like
good.
it just sort of like explained like like what's this classic saying? Explain it like I'm 5. It just sort of like walked me through what was happening, and I was like, okay, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
And then I was sort of like, well, if the show needs a 20-minute video to explain what on earth happened, well, it probably isn't. Like I was like afterwards, I'm like, should I rewatch Lost? Is this what I want? I was like, nah, I don't think I will.
Look, the first you pulled a Captain America. No, I don't think I will. The first seasons were phenomenal, so well written. They threw a curveball.
What's the smoke monster?
What's the smoke? What is the bunker down at the bottom? What do the numbers mean? Who are all these characters in particular? Their names actually associate with certain people in time. Like, it was really brilliantly well written. And when, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, because you may have watched that little documentary, but they were just writing it off the cuff. Like, season by season, the writers, from my understanding, only wanted to do like 3 seasons. That's all they wanted to do. Right. But the film company were like, no, whip. Give us more. Give us 6 seasons. Give us. And so they just kind of winged it. And it got progressively terrible.
Remember, there was a writer's strike as well.
Correct. That episode where they bury the diamonds in particular, that happened during the writer's strike. I remember that because no main characters were on screen at the time.
Just a bunch of scabs.
It was all the scabs. That's exactly what it was. It was scabs. It was all the extras in the background that were like, hey, we get an episode. Nice. Lower Deck style, and they buried some diamonds that were never spoke about ever again in the entire series. Right? There's a lot of things they just retconned entirely. Yeah,
I do think that like I like supernatural stuff. I like that kind of stuff, but they set us up for a like the smoke monster had like mechanical sounds and stuff.
Interesting.
They kind of set everything up to explain there's something more to it, right?
Sure.
And then, like you're saying, like it seemed like they lost their zest midway through, and they were like, we're out of ideas. And that to me is when they were like, oh, it's magic. It's magic.
Totally,
You know?
yeah.
Oh, well,
It's God
Magic.
versus the devil, by the way.
right.
In case you were wondering.
Right. So I'm wondering when they if they like the smoke monster being mechanical sounding, like crunchy was like like a misdirect, or midway through they were like, actually, there's no way we can actually explain all these weird things we keep adding to the show.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna
If I
magic
remember
our way
correct,
out of this.
I remember it connecting with me. There was an episode where there was a red herring at the beginning of it. And like literally, like the guy was fishing and he pulls in a fish, and when you go down the rabbit hole, you're like, oh, it's a red herring. Oh, that means everything is a red herring. Oh my God.
Right. You're like looking for it.
Yeah, it's almost like we were looking at it being like, so like, these guys are brilliant. Oh my God, these writers are so smart. They're throwing curveball. They put a red herring in it. And meanwhile, in the very end, it's just like, oh, we just need a fish on a hook. It'll be fine. Nobody's going to look into it any deeper than that. And the big losters like us were just reading into everything so unnecessarily.
Right.
We were trying to find reason behind the mediocrity, you know?
Sure. Yeah. You were trying to explain your way into the show.
We had to assume that they were brilliant, and we're trying to find how brilliant it was, and it just wasn't by that point.
Figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah, not Penny's boat. Yeah, oh my God.
And
I love it.
that, my friend, is why when they were like, "Oh yeah, J.J. Abrams is bringing back Star Wars," I was like, "Hey."
Right?
I'm like,
JJ has been known to excite and let down from time to time.
yeah, for sure. His track record is not super solid.
No.
And if that ninth Star Wars
Cloverfield.
movie is any indication, like that was just such a missed opportunity.
They took watching Star Wars 9, it felt like it could have been a new movie of a new series.
Right.
It
was
didn't
such a
need to be the final of a series. It could have been a show into its own by introducing all these different elements that we'd learned through Clone Wars, but were unnecessary in this movie. There were plot devices that were unnecessary to bring in, you know?
Right. Yeah.
The Sith tracker and that type of thing. Hey, Patrick Jordan is in our YouTube channel. Hey, Patrick. Welcome.
Hey, Patrick. Yeah. I mean, like, it's just, yeah. What really irks me the most, and I think we've said this many times before, is that they wasted the opportunity to have the three of those Goo Gaws together, right?
Which Gugas?
The main Goo Gaws.
Who?
The
Leia, Luke, and
Leia,
Han?
and Han, right? They wasted it, right? So now it's like, okay, well, one of them's dead. One of them is very old, and the other one is too busy playing the Joker.
He's a Joker man, 100%. They killed all three by the end.
Right. Yeah.
Like all three were dead, and oh my God, I have so much to unpack on that. Like the fact that they introduced that you could just force hand somebody something. Ain't that? Like that's what I found so mind-boggling.
Can you give me a sandwich? All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right here. Yeah.
Honey, can you throw me that kid? Hold on 1 second. Put your hand behind your back, and that done. I put the sandwich in your hand. Like they introduced that in movie 9 of 9.
Right.
Right? Like that's still a cool thing that the Force that you learned you can do, because they're always introducing new elements to the Force. But they introduced it in the final round of the fight.
Right. Oh,
You know?
you can just teleport your stuff.
Oh yeah, you just want a lightsaber? Done. Here you go. Boom. Oh yeah, I grabbed this. Oh yeah, and in the last 2 movies, we can see each other. By the way, we can force see each other. By the way,
they did. They kind of messed with the formula there.
Yeah. Now, granted, it's a cool device. It's a cool thing that just was zero explored ever. So now, when it is introduced, there's no grounding to it on why and where it came from. Generally,
right?
And maybe I'm out of my element here. I don't know.
No, well said. Yeah, makes sense. It's just
yeah.
like the time travel stuff in Avengers. Eventually, they're gonna have to probably explain in the movies why that's not possible. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe this new Deadpool movie is gonna explain that, because I think there is the TVA and time travel involved. So maybe this is like how they break it. Right?
That's what I was going to say, is you got to break it and say, oh, I guess we can't use this anymore. Oh, well, that's too bad.
Deadpool's going to show them that that's not worth doing.
Is Deadpool the movie that they're going to destroy the TVA in that case? Like what could they possibly do? I don't even know anymore. My brain is overloaded.
I don't know what to
Deadpool.
expect.
Yeah.
I have to say, so
I think that's what's exciting, you know?
So I'm excited for the movie. I'm very excited for Deadpool. I think it seems to be made with love, which is good. It's, but I have to say, the marketing is so heavy that I'm so scared of spoilers. Like everywhere I go, like you're tiptoeing around the internet right now because you don't want to be spoiled.
Yep.
But every other scroll on your phone or whatever is an ad. So you're like, like is this a clip someone has loaded up, or is it an ad? I'm like, I basically just need to quit the internet for a day or so.
Correct.
Because wow, it's heavy.
I remember, and I'm hearkening back to a stream you and I did a couple years ago, where I said a spoiler of, I think we were watching WandaVision, and I said something about what's her face, right? And Wanda? No, not Wanda. Who's the villain in that?
Wanda?
No.
Agatha Harkness.
Agatha, yeah. So I said that, and you were like, that is a massive spoiler. Holy cow. And I was like, dude, we're 2 weeks past that episode. We're already like almost 3 weeks past that episode. I can talk about that now. But it brings up the conversation that, like, what is the time frame for spoilers? If it's a week, 2 weeks? Oh, excuse me, burps. What is the allotted time in which you have opportunity to see it, and if you haven't, then you deserve to be spoiled? I'm sorry. We got to talk about this, right?
It's a toughie. I think
is there an industry standard? What is it?
I think it's a month. I want to say
Danny, no way. No. 1 month? No. Hard no. No way. There's no way that can happen. 1 week, then spoilers roll out. It's got to be. People need to peep. I need to be able to talk about what's going on open and freely a week afterwards. I need the freedom.
This isn't the Third Reich. We can talk. We got to talk.
That's a good point, but still. That's true.
Yeah. I mean,
on.
The sad part is that
Danny, do better. Come on.
Like, the sad part is that you're gonna get the like cameo bits are gonna get spoiled, right?
Probably true.
Fucking neighbors.
Oh, neighbors.
Kill our neighbors.
What a wreck.
Yeah.
Kids out having fun.
I'll tell that story. I'll tell the story about that in a second. But yeah, like the problem with Marvel movies is that you have the 2 levels of spoilers. You have the plot spoilers, which doesn't necessarily, I feel like the plot doesn't necessarily get spoiled very often, you know?
Okay.
But it's the like the nerd stuff that gets spoiled.
For me, it's the connectivity. So the moment that somebody or the post credits, somebody's like, oh, this ties in with this person, or this person came in, and now in the next movie it's going to be this. Oh, there's going to be a next movie. That's the spoilers for me, I guess. Yes.
Right. Yeah. That's where I stand. Yeah. So I feel like rushed to go to the theater just so I can maintain that like excitement of Captain America picking up the hammer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
those are the moments that
Dude,
I
yes.
want and chase. Those are the ones that make me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside.
Man,
So I don't want
what a great
those
example.
moments to be spoiled. Yeah.
We saw Avengers Endgame day one as well, and the hammer pickup was the most golden moment ever.
It's badass. Yeah.
It was so great. But we went and saw No Way Home. No Way Home.
No way.
No Way Home. Oh no, was that the last
way.
Spider-Man?
That was the last Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. We went and saw that maybe a week afterwards, and already like day 3 is like all the Spider-Man in it. Here's videos. Here we go. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, now we're just waiting for that to happen now.
Yeah, you can tell when a movie is popular by having it all over TikTok.
Right. So you got to avoid all social media for, what did we say? A standard
1 month.
Military week. 1
Just
week.
take
1
month
month
off social. Yeah,
Danny.
just take 1 month off social.
1 month off social.
Sorry, I gotta close my window. There's a kid outside screaming.
Well, that sounds like a parenting issue. Hold on. I'm going to look, Google. What is the standard time to not talk about a movie or show? ? Spoilers.
By the way,
guess.
spoilers. Captain America can lift the hammer of
Jeez.
the gods.
I think we're way past that marker now. That's pretty
Way
good.
past. Yeah.
Yep. And by the way, Bruce Willis was already dead. How much time?
He just has dementia.
Yeah. Okay, this is good Reddit thread.
That was a dark joke.
How much? Brutal. How much time can pass before you can openly spoil a movie? That's terrible. Somebody wrote, had a bitch of a time this week trying to get people to not talk to me about Gravity. Gravity? Oh, this was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Yikes, this doesn't count. Oh, maybe. Let's find out. Take Gone with the Wind, for example. At the end, Captain Butler looks at O'Hara and says, "Friend, okay, I'm already bored with this."
Whatever.
What's the standard
whatever.
time? 30 years, somebody says? Yeah, that's fine.
30 years.
30 years is fine. 2 years, somebody says 2 years is fine.
Finally, I can tell everybody that Darth Vader is Luke's father. Yeah.
Yeah. After the first network TV show showing seems a decent rule of thumb. Okay, that's really funny, actually.
Interesting. Okay. So
DVD
what's the
release
network TV?
seems like a good time, yeah. 11 years ago, they said that the moment that the movie you saw in the theater is available on TV, on ABC or, wherever, that's when you can talk about it. No.
Yeah, so once it's on digital in normal times now.
Yep.
So
somebody said
that's
DVD
like
release.
6 weeks.
DVD release? Oh, come on.
God, remember how?
Somebody's actually said, but granted, this was 11 years ago. Thanks, Google, for giving me an 11 year ago. No spoilers rule. 33. Oh, here we go. According to respondents, 33 hours after a TV episode airs to 10 days after a film is released. Whoa.
Oh, that's so specific.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it says 33 hours after a TV episode. That is very specific, but that's what it says. And 10 days after a film is released. I actually resonate with both of those. Yes.
10 days.
Yeah, 10
10
days
days.
is plenty of time for people to get your butts to the theater. If you genuinely care about the movie, you're going to make time and go see it in the theater or be ahead of everybody else. 10 days sounds great to me.
Right.
The standard 10-day silence. But 33 hours after a TV episode, that makes sense to me because they're half an hour or an hour long. You can sit in your living room and you can put it on whenever you want. If you genuinely care about that movie or that show, you're going to make time to watch it directly afterward. Perfect. I'm going by this. Everybody who's listening to my voice, that's the rule now. 33 hours
10 days.
or 10 days.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Whew.
All right. 10 days.
I'm going by that.
See you next week.
Does that work for you? Yeah, exactly.
Next week is going to be spoiler zone. Yeah.
So 10 days from now, yeah. So we're filming this on a Thursday. You're going to see the movie Friday. I'm going on Sunday. So essentially mid of the next week, we can talk on stream about this. And then watch chat get angry.
Right. Just
And we're
upset.
gonna be like, dude, we talked about
the Deadpool review.
Dead. That's what we should title the podcast. Deadpool reviews, spoilers included. Yeah.
I am interested in I really want to know how much they spent on the marketing for this film.
Oh, good call. Go back to that. Yeah.
Cuz like I don't want to seem pessimistic, but it does, with the amount of integrations they have with other companies and brands and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely feels like they're trying to buy the excitement that Marvel movies used to have nearly organically. You know what I mean?
That's really interesting, Danny.
Like Deadpool and Wolverine are everywhere.
Yes.
Like they're on Hot Ones. They're on every Tonight Show. They have a deal with Heinz for ketchup and mustard. They have a deal with Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons, Xbox controllers, like they are everywhere. And I if you don't know, Ryan Reynolds has like an advertising company that he uses. Like he owns an advertisement or has sold it since or whatever. But that's like their play, is that they have these integrations that they do with Ryan Reynolds's projects that nets them crazy value because of his stardom, right?
Well, that's what I was just going to say, is if Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman were just like, okay, let's put ourselves out into the ether and make ourselves available for every opportunity, then every opportunity will show up.
Yeah.
If they're just like opening the gates and Heinz were just a contact, we're thinking about this, and they go, done, let's do it. Like, don't say no. We're saying yes to every opportunity. I bet you the next Sandra Bullock film could actually be like, we're opening up the gates too, and she could have her own Xbox controller too.
Maybe. I don't know.
Speed 6, and she's got her own popcorn bucket. Yeah.
Her own Sandra Bullock popcorn
Sandra
bucket.
Bullock
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that would look like.
Okay, well.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I like if the movie is like a slam and a hit and revitalizes the box office like they hope it will.
Yeah.
I hope there's some statistics of like what type of marketing they spent on that movie. Because it was funny, I was talking to my buds about this, and you know, it's like anytime you're talking about marketing budgets for movies, someone's always like, "Oh, it's double the
film budget." Yeah.
The film budget. It's double.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like that's I think that's like a vast oversimplification. And I think it's just an easy statistic. Like 80% of all statistics are made up. You know what I mean? Like it's just easy. I don't like budgets don't work that way. Like
no, but what I was going to say is that yes, they can allocate the budget for it, but they're going to make revenue off of that advertising as well, though.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Individually, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds will make money from the appearances in which they're doing that the advertising agency may have paid a bit to be a part of. Like it's maybe it's a 2-step back, 3-step forward situation, right?
Right. Like they're not paying to go on the Tonight Show and stuff like that. I'm sure they don't pay their guests.
Oh, dude, I very much think they do.
You think so?
Oh, I think they do. I think that what's his face on Hot Ones pays for all the guests to be on there as well.
Really? I don't believe
my gut says so.
Sorry,
you don't think Hakta Girl isn't being paid heavily to be a part of like absolutely everything? She's making hand over fist right now.
No, I
her
think
marketing is a whole.
I've seen her posts.
Yeah,
and it really it smells like a management company is just bleeding her. Like,
yes,
I don't know.
Taking every opportunity. Yeah,
I don't know. Like her posts just have this air of like I'm being taken advantage of. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I don't know.
Here you go. The amount of money a guest gets paid to be on talk shows varies depending on show, the network, the guest level of fame, and the guest bargaining power. News shows usually do not pay guests for appearing on their programs. Talk shows usually pay guests a nominal fee, typically around $500. Really?
So like just like the union.
That might actually be it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a union thing.
Do guests get paid symbolic $400 to an appearance fee, upwards of $3,000? Look, they could absolutely negotiate that though. hey,
Sure.
marketing company goes, hey, X show, we'll handle all of the travel to get them down there. We'll handle the flights. We'll handle the hotels. But you're going to pay them $10,000 per person to go on your show. And what is that? A half an hour of their time, and they're doing a junket tour. Like
Right.
So
Yeah.
they're going to make some revenue off of it, or whether or not they're breaking even. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I have no idea.
Yeah, I get
If somebody knows this, jump on our Discord and tell us. But I feel like celebs are being paid to be a part of it. When you think of, sorry, tangent. When you think of like Fan Expo, when you think of Comic-Cons in particular, all those guests are paid to be there. All their expenses are paid as well. All their hotels, all their travel, everything. Plus, they make either 100% or a very high percentage of all of their autographs as well. Right?
Okay. I see what you
It costs guests $0 to be involved with Comic-Cons. They just have to have the pull enough to warrant any Comic-Con to pay those expenses. Right. So when I think of like Jimmy Fallon, to have Ryan and Hugh hosting the show, which I think just happened, they are going, we will pay you for the night. We want you to do this. Oh, please do this. We want you to host the night. That's a massive marketing angle. It should cost you nothing. It should cost you nothing to do this. Please do it.
I suppose I feel like I would believe you on the it costs you nothing as a net zero. So they send a car or whatever.
At least.
But yeah,
if it's costing you nothing,
what is
marketing dollars become
charge?
zero. Marketing dollars become $0.
I understand that, but
the ROI is absolutely positive. Yeah.
I just don't know how you would negotiate with like $100 million celebrity. Like, what do you offer? What do you even pay those people?
You don't think Tom Honk, if they wanted Tom Honk to host anything, he's not going to do it for net zero.
If he has something to promote, I'm sure he does.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure those movies, like the Disney ones, they're told where to go promote the movies. I'm pretty sure.
You think they've got to do the junket tour? They got to
I'm pretty sure those junkets are not they're not setting the schedule there. That's just part of the gig. You know?
Oh, probably for the sake of being paid a few $1 million to be in the movie.
Yeah.
If you're in Forrest Gump and you're being paid, then yeah.
Like actors often talk about how that's the hardest part of the movie. It's because they have to jet set around the world at these crazy schedules within a couple week time period.
That would be exhausting. You're absolutely right. If you're an actor for a film, do you have to do a junket tour? Yoink. If it's in their contract, they have to do a press tour. I believe it's in their contract, as well as paid to do it. Yes.
Wow.
They are paid to do all the junket tours, but it is in their contract that they have to do it, but they are subsidized they still make money to do it.
But I mean, it could be negotiated part of their big payout, right? You're getting $20 million to be in the movie or whatever, right?
I'll give you $20 million and you do the junket tour, or I'll pay you $18 million and you don't do it. I'll do the $18 million. Sounds good.
I'll do it. Yeah.
But it's in their best interest to have honks actually do the tour, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. But it is interesting just to see how much effort they're putting into the movie. And like, is that because they know they got fire on their hands, or is it because they're just trying to kickstart this box office thing? Like it was funny. I read an article about the new Kevin Costner Western, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And I was like, and they're like, and the reviews were pretty good, and it made like 18 mil in the box office or something like that. It was like a really expensive movie to make. And then I saw it's 3 hours and 45 minutes. It's part one of a multi-part Western series. Like, who would go see that?
Clint Eastwood styles?
Yeah, it's like part one. It's 3 hours and 45 minutes or something like that. Like, no way. Like, no. Like, I love The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Yeah, like The Good, Bad, and the Ugly is an iconic, incredible film. But it's 3 hours, and it's a Western. She's slow.
That's going to be a burner. Yeah.
Oh, man, I have to do that in steps.
I I saw a meme that said Men in Black is a banger movie.
Right.
Right? 90 minutes.
98 minutes.
Yeah,
I saw the
98.
same
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah, right? We saw the same one.
Bing, bang, boom. You're out of there.
That movie is killer from nuts to butts. Absolutely killer. And 98 minutes. Done.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's like a different type of movie, right?
Of course it is, but it made the story just went boom right through and you were entertained. The end. They built a world. They absolutely built a world around it enough that they made other shitty movies, but nonetheless they made movies. And the characters, you fell in love with them. There was quotable content from it. And the effects were phenomenal. The acting was great. What more could you ask for? It had a cool car in it. The end.
The cool car, yeah. Don't press that red button. Blah, blah, blah,
Exactly.
blah, blah.
Press the red button now.
Yeah. I mean,
The spoilers, they
it's
press the
good.
red button.
It's a great movie. I'm a huge fan of the shorties, the romps. But I mean, I also love like big, like Dune, like those Dune movies, whether you like them or not. They can't be an hour and 10 minutes, Like,
No, because that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the absolute slowest of burns.
Right. But I read a thing about how they use Back to the Future as an example, as a movie where no moment is wasted.
Whew,
Like
great
every
example.
scene has a true purpose and drives the story further. Like it's a pretty tight movie for
An hour and 56 minutes.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour movie, but there's no scene wasted. It's just bing, bang, boom, 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 explaining time travel, paradoxes and shit like that. Like, yeah,
I can't think of necessarily a scene where it doesn't move the story forward.
right, yeah.
Yeah, well said, dude. Yeah, an hour and 48 is what it says. Probably 56 with credits. Yeah, agreed. Huh. A Western. Good Lord.
Western. Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Costner.
Costner.
I liked when you danced with the wolves.
Well, we needed. I'm not going to bring the mood down, but they were in the middle of filming a Western with old Alec Baldwin, and that didn't work out so well at the moment.
Man.
So they need a Costner. They need a Western film, and I wonder if both those franchises were part of the same production company.
Maybe, I don't know. I think it was a pretty low qual production company.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah.
I mean, I think it was Alec Baldwin's, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting. I was following it a little bit. Like, it's interesting that, like, obviously the person who was in charge of the guns got jail time.
Correct.
For it. They were going after what's his face because he was they weren't going after him because he was the producer.
Yes.
But they were going after him because like he still had a chance to like check the gun or something like that. Like they had this weird situation where it still was on him in some way.
So
right?
Spoilers for those who don't know the situation. Yeah, Alec Baldwin shot somebody real time.
Just
so
point blank.
Point blank, absolutely brutal. Prop gun. But my understanding of the situation was that there still needs to be something on the other side of the equal sign, that from the person who died, their family still, in the eyes of them, they see Alec Baldwin as the murderer, as the killer.
Right.
So in our legal system that we have, somebody must pay the price for that in some way to give resolution to the death, right?
Well, I think the armorer got 10 years or something like that.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of jail sentences out, but still the person that pulled the trigger that took the life, Alec Baldwin, needed something done to him from the eyes of the accusers, right?
Right.
So it did make sense, but in what way? Because I don't think we've ever really been in this situation outside of The Crow, if you know what I mean, right?
Right. Yeah. And they don't know how the bullets got on the set, which is interesting.
It wasn't the only loaded gun, though.
Yeah, it wasn't the only. Apparently, there was a bullet in one of the bandoliers.
No.
Is that what they call it?
What's his face? What's his face from Supernatural? Jensen.
Yeah, they found
Ackles.
Yeah.
There was a live bullet in his gun.
Oh wow, jeez Louise.
Yeah, he wasn't. I don't think he was scheduled. Please don't quote me on this. Yeah, he wasn't scheduled to pull the trigger in that scene, but he still had a live bullet in there. That for any reason he was just like, hey, bang, 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 look at me, bang, 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 bang. Yeah, like Yosemite Sam. He could have done something. There was a live bullet placed on set, and somebody had to be accountable to that.
That's crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I think it was Jensen Ackles, he pulled out of the movie entirely. They had to recast him.
Really?
Yeah, they recast him entirely in it. Yeah.
I'm out of there. Yeah.
Because I don't know if they're continuing with the film. Maybe they are. But yeah.
Ooh, that'd be Haunted. Mm-hmm. It's bad enough they did The Crow.
I was just gonna say The Crow, brother. They finished Crow.
Yeah, but that was a good movie.
Sure.
This ain't gonna be good, right?
Are there any? Probably not. But it's memorable enough that, like, remember when John Candy died during that Western? Oh, it was a Western too.
I don't remember.
John Candy died in the middle of filming that. Oh, and there was another one, hold on, what was the one where Heath Ledger died? Heath Ledger died in the middle of filming of a movie, and they replaced him with Johnny Depp and a few other people.
Oh, right, that like Bob Dylan thing? Was it Bob Dylan?
No. It was a magic something. Heath Ledger film died. Thanks, Google. Oh my God. Heath Ledger film died. The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. So yeah, he died in the middle of that. And I want to say Johnny Depp. Yeah, it was Johnny Depp, Colin Farrell, and Jude Law all stepped in to play that character, and that character changes faces throughout the entire film.
Oh.
But it's the same one. So there's scenes with Heath Ledger, and then there's scenes with Depp, Farrell, and Law. And from what I remember, I think those three actors donated their time to finish the film as a kind of a tribute to Heath Ledger.
Interesting. Wow.
But yeah, he died in the middle of that.
Crazy.
And then John Candy died in that other one. But anyways.
I feel like I miss John Candy.
Oh, and one more, dude. I don't know if you knew this. Hold on. I just want to confirm. Yeah, they're perfect. Yes. So, another person that died in the middle of filming and had to be replaced. Chris Farley. No?
No, I think I know where you're going with this.
Chris Farley was supposed to be Shrek.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Right?
Have you heard the like test?
I have. That's right.
It sucks.
It's not that good.
It's just Farley speak.
Dude, I love Farley so much. Farley's absolutely amazing. He's so great. But he was supposed to be Shrek, and then ultimate demise, and then Myers took over. And Myers made it his own. He's great, you know?
Right.
But just imagine in an alternate universe, we'd have Chris Farley as Shrek.
That's so crazy. Yeah.
AI could probably do it now. Oh my God, that'd be so great.
Yeah, I wonder what would have happened with Chris Farley's career, because he was like mental because of drugs.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, maybe
Tommy Boy is still one of my favorite movies of all time. All time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy film.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that's actors that have died.
Actors that have died. How did we get on that? How did we get there? I don't know.
I was going to say regretfully, but I brought up Al Baldwin. But yeah.
So yeah, dear listener, we're gonna go watch Deadpool this weekend, and we're gonna spoil it for you in about 10 days from now. So
10 days.
Sorry. Yeah. Your time is numbered.
Spread it to your friends. 33 hours for any show, and 10 days for any movie. You heard it here.
It's pretty good.
Tell them to talk to us if they've got any problems with that. And spoilers, we're going to tell them.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Now, my big bugaboo with Deadpool is that I have been tricked. I got tricked into buying 3D tickets.
No!
It wasn't very clear on the website.
3 Dimensions is the whole reason we're not going tomorrow night. That was the only thing that was available was 3 Dimensions. and we chose not to.
Right.
Oh, Danny.
I'm bummed. I'm a little bit bummed. So
Things are going to fly at your face now, and you're going to be underwhelmed and have a headache by the end of the night. Sorry. Go, yeah.
So I went to the website to buy the tickets.
Yeah.
And was met with, oh, they raised the price. Okay. All right.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yep. Classic.
All right. Yeah. That's what you do. If guys, if you need some financial advice from me or PJ, here's the thing.
Listen up.
If less people are buying your product and are less interested in buying it, just raise the price.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's
it's an infinite money hack. If your service is not valuable enough for someone to pay the current price, just raise it.
Do you think that the people that are converting the film to 3D are in the middle of doing it going, nobody's going to care about this. Nobody's watching this.
So yeah, anyway, to finish that I noticed they raised the price, and then they have $1 convenience fee to buy it online. Cool.
Really,
awesome.
dude?
Yeah. And both the movie theater companies are doing it, of course.
Yeah.
And then I accidentally buy it in 3D, and I have to go physically to the theater to get a refund.
So
what's the convenience fee for?
You don't have to.
He's wagging. If you're listening to this later on, he's wagging his finger.
I'm wagging my finger. I don't know how to make this story work other than Tanya and I got tickets to see a movie. She got sick, sadly. Had to go to the hospital, and so I called them and told them that situation, and they refunded it right away.
Wow, they just bing, bang, boom.
Yeah, they did it over the phone. It was done.
Wow.
Yeah. It was the first time ever where I'm like, I'm not coming to your movie theater to
I'm not coming.
I'm literally
do not come.
Do not come. Do not come. I'm gonna come. I was in a hospital, and it's funny because of all the things we were thinking about. It's like, we should cancel those movie tickets.
Yeah.
We're in a hospital right now.
Yeah.
We should probably cancel those tickets. And so we did. And yeah, they did the full refund. Wow. So if you Karen hard enough, you can do it. That's basically the rule. If you can Karen hard enough, you can get anything done in the world.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, it's just a little bit of a kick in the nuts to charge me $1 convenience fee and then be like, oh, we can't reverse it.
So inconvenient.
We need to inconvenience you now, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you were to give them another $1, though,
just give us another $1.
I'll give you another $1 towards the convenience, and then you refund all of it, including that $1, back to me.
Yeah.
I will give you $10,000 convenience if it means you refunding every $1, including that $10,000 back to me. How does that sound?
Yeah. Business.
Infinite glitch.
Yeah. But to your comment on the 3D, I am kind of hoping they just half-arse the 3D. They're just like, no one's going to watch this in 3D. We'll just do a couple, when he throws something, it'll be 3D, and the rest is just normal. Yeah.
No, they're going to throw it. It's going to be dumb. We saw Captain America, the first Captain America, I think we saw in 3D. And when the shield came towards the screen and like almost hits you, you feel like it hits you. I just remember going, oh, damn, that's kind of neat. And that was it. That was not worth the extra money at all. That was kind of it. Unless it's Avatar, the first Avatar, which, spoilers, was awesome in 3D. It was cool. So great in 3D.
It made sense.
Yeah. Every movie past Avatar, you don't need 3D. You don't need it. You don't need it.
You just don't need it. Yeah.
Just don't make it an option. Don't worry about it.
Funny enough.
You know what they should do? Sorry. Only because it's on my mind. You know what they should do? Give you the options of having subtitles in every movie option. You get this. You get the little glass plaque thing. Have you ever seen that?
Yep.
Yeah. You should just be able to get that all the time.
Is it not available all the time?
I think you need to prove that you're deaf.
Deaf. I guess if you were blind, you wouldn't need it.
Thank you. Yeah, I gotta wait for you to connect the dots. Yeah. Maybe you don't need to prove you're deaf. But
wait, do blind people go to the movies?
Do they still have those things? But it takes up a drink cup thing. Maybe I'm too old.
No, they still. I see them every once in a while.
Because subtitles I watch everything with subtitles, and I feel
So
like
you're a subtitle man. No,
I'm 100% subtitle man.
So that's
100%
probably why
subtitle man.
you dug Shogun more than I, because I thought it was just a bit tedious. It was a bit tedious.
That was a reading show. That was
too much
100% a reading show. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it was so good. I'm Joe Blackthorn. That's all. That's the only thing you heard in English.
Unfortunately, I feel awkward mixing you two up, but I can't remember if it was you or Emily who were like outraged that they're speaking Portuguese in the film, and that was too confusing.
Oh, it was me. Because
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah, because
John Blackthorn is speaking Portuguese,
but he was from Europe, from London.
but they didn't speak English there.
They spoke.
He was the first English. They were the first Englishmen to be there.
I guess you're right.
So to communicate, they need to speak Portuguese.
But we were hearing it.
Portuguese.
We were hearing it in English, but they were hearing it in Portuguese, and then everybody was hearing Japanese. Yes.
Yeah, that's wild.
Okay, it's very
What a-
fourth dimensional. Sorry, you were saying about Deadpool. No, you were saying
No, that's
about
it.
a 3D.
That's
3D. 3D.
Yeah.
You were saying.
Yeah, I'm hoping I got sucked into 3D, and I hope it sucks. I hope the 3D is just bad. I thought they just do a bad job. Yeah,
Is it more money for the 3D?
it was less.
Oh,
It was less.
well, spoilers. You could just take off your 3D glasses, and now they're in 2D.
Problem solved.
Problem solved, folks.
Could you just like poll the audience and be like, hey, can we just like turn the 3D part off?
What a great idea.
You know what I mean? Find a maitre d' or whatever they're called.
No, you
Say,
just stand
"Hey."
up in front. You just go to the front. You just go, hey, everybody, I just want to. Who's here for the 3D? Put up your hand. Do you care? No? Perfect. Shut her off, boys. We're not doing the 3. Press the 2D button on that. It's not film. I was going to say film. It's just literally a digital copy. Switch her. Double click on
Switch her up.
Deadpool. Double click on the Deadpool 2D version.
2D.
And roll tape. Everybody just relax with your glasses. Just throw them, put them on the ground. Just relax.
Just throw them on the ground. Just smush them with your feet.
And you know that there's like 2 kids in the audience that are like, I was here for 3D.
I mean, it's an 18. It's rated R. Hello.
Oh, yeah. It's
No kids in
restricted.
there.
No kids. Oh, that's the best. Oh, my God. That's such the best.
All of them, the rateds are ours. So yeah, movies. Done.
I love that.
Click. Well, we got to wind her up here for the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts or topics you want to brush up on real quick?
You want to do a quick fire? Quick fire. I wanted to mention really quickly because it's on the tip of the tongues of all the children in the world is the
Boobies.
cloud strike situation.
Oh, that was nuts, huh?
Did it affect you at all or no?
No.
Cool.
Oddly
It
enough,
didn't
no.
affect me either. Oh, great. Perfect.
Yeah.
We can move on with our lives.
Because it's basically like it was it's an anti-piracy software.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
if
it
you
was an
have that on
update.
your-
Yeah.
What a situation.
So hopefully
Y2K.
everybody enjoyed their time off from Teams meets. But some of us didn't get to avoid that.
The largest outage ever in
Right.
the history of the world is what happened.
That's bonkers.
Yeah.
One little
Think about
thing.
how
Blink.
how-
Done.
Yeah. Like how
Airlines. Everything.
important.
Well, you know that people are reevaluating their infrastructure now and going, well, what is this Linux situation? How do I run all of Air Canada off a Raspberry Pi? Let's talk.
Right. Yeah.
They're
I mean, this is-
reevaluating hard. They've got
Well,
it.
I mean, this is the problem with monopolies kind of being unchecked too.
Yes.
Is because like if you remember the outage in Canada, the debit card outage,
Dude, yes. Yep.
that was because Rogers'
Moneris.
internet went down, and
Yeah.
the backup was a third-party provider that used Rogers' infrastructure.
Oh, God.
It's just like, are
Is
you
that what it was?
stupid? Like,
All
Like-
eggs, one basket.
yeah, just it's monopolies, man. Yeah.
So dumb.
I never thought I would be so anti-capitalism, but as I get older, I'm just like, God damn, I'm getting screwed.
We're reliant on it. It just means that the world's got to slow down a bit. Hey, your flight's not going to happen because Microsoft is down. So just relax in your seat. Just chill.
chill.
It's down again. Okay, well, we'll just relax a bit. But you can't because I got hotels to pay for. I got like the world is happening so fast that when one thing is inconvenient, you can't pay the extra $1 convenience fee.
Right. The convenience fee always gets you. What I don't like about airline delays though, and I've experienced this every time I've had an airline delay, it's never like, I can understand why people with this CrowdStrike situation were upset, because the airlines are like the classic case of edging. They're edging.
Oh,
instead of being like, soon. Oh, I'm sorry, it'll be 8 hours. Sorry, we don't know when it'll be. You just may as well go have a walk, go down the street, go have a burger.
Yes.
They're like 20 minutes at a time.
No, but they're holding you hostage in that area is the problem.
Totally.
Right? Yeah. It's not like they can go, like you said, give us 8 hours, go explore the world, go do what you want. Here's a $100 coupon. You do what you got to do. But no, you are stuck in very uncomfortable seats on a floor in the middle of an airport.
It's crazy.
That is the problem. I don't mind a flight being delayed if I had a comfy chair to sit in, but I'm not first class guy. I'm not in the Air Canada Center eating croissants, you know?
Yeah, when they delay it like a 20-minute at a time though, you just can't even like hit a restaurant in the airport. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're right.
When we got delayed, it was so bad. We got delayed in Orlando because there was bad weather in Toronto where we were connecting.
Yeah.
And there was two things wrong. One, they were edging me. I guess it's gooning technically because you're not going to get off.
Edgy goonie. Yeah.
It's gooning. Yeah. They basically will do 20 minutes at a time. They did that for 12 hours. Every 20 minutes, they delayed another 30 minutes or whatever. And I was sitting across from all the choices to eat in the airport were bad, except for what I'd never had. I've never had Chick-fil-A.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah.
But Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays just because of God and Jesus.
True. That happens. Yeah.
And I was just staring at this joke-ass Chick-fil-A closed for 12 hours, being like, I could use some chicken. No. Yeah, nothing.
You're denied all your opportunities in your life.
All of them. Yeah.
Okay.
The funniest part about that trip was we connected in Toronto and we were delayed again. And we slept. Our connecting flight was super delayed or something like that. So we're stuck in Toronto for a while. So we just had a snooze.
Yeah.
And no one bothered to tell us that we had to pick up our bags in Toronto. Oh. So we were literally sleeping in the airport next to our bags that were probably 30 feet away.
No.
And all our stuff was in there, but we never knew that. So
air tags, son. Air tags.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the air tag's going to be bought. Look at air tag.
We've got them, man. Oh, that's brutal.
We got them. We got them.
Okay. What? Two things, only because they're on my mind now. I do want to hit these really quick. Number one, I just learned 2 hours ago, esports is officially an Olympic sport. There's now there's an Olympics for esports. It was just voted on by the IOC. Officially in the Olympics, starting in 2025, esports is now a world thing. Olympics now. Esports.
Wow.
Pardon me,
that's cool.
Yep. I want to explore that more.
One that's are there any other sports that are less athletic than that?
Well, I think people are complaining that chess is not an Olympic sport yet. But
right. I was going to ask. Yeah,
but I don't think it is. So esports got in there before chess did. But I don't know what that means, but I'm going to explore it. I only learned it an hour or so ago. Esports,
that's cool.
voted on by the IOC, is officially there's an Olympics for esports now. That's really, really cool. And then the very, very last thing I want to ask you before we head out here, if you see in Trello, I've got Snail versus 10 million. I've asked this a couple of times to people. Would you take $10 million if you knew that a snail, if it touched you, you would die? And it always was heading towards you at all times.
No, because I would die really fast. Yeah.
But you could fly 10,000, you could fly to the other side of the earth. You don't know where it is. you can keep moving, but the snail is always going towards you at all times, and if it touches you, you die.
I don't know. It's too much of a risk. Because I'm a napper. A nap.
Sure.
So, like...
It could take 20 years, 30 years for it to show up, though.
I suppose. You just fly to the other end. But what if someone, like, picks up the snail and brings him with them?
Great answer.
Right. What if they... Yeah, what if nefarious? Like, it wouldn't be a secret that I've made this deal. It would have to be a pretty public thing.
Doesn't have to be, but yes.
Snail.
So that's the question of the day.
Can you eat the snail? No, I guess you touch.
No,
you
touch it. If it touches you, you die. But it's always heading towards you. It's always heading in your direction. But if it touches you, you die. But you get $10 million.
But you can live on an island, I guess.
Doesn't matter. The snail can go through like the ground underwater. It can still get to you.
I feel like you're playing fast and loose with these snail rules.
That's a great point. I don't know those details, but yeah. But the fact that it always heads towards you, there's a little bit of magic involved. There's got to be a little bit of magic involved, which means it can hold its breath. It can hold its breath.
Maybe it turns into smoke. And there's like a ratchety sound.
Yeah.
And that's how it gets away.
Good throwback. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, is that it? Are we done doing stuff? Cool.
I think that's good. Yeah.
Okay, dude. Well, you're a cool guy. That was a lot of fun. It's a good catch up.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We did no
join
drama.
our Discord. That's where the fun is.
Yes.
The Discord link is in this little podcast area. Like there's a little link there. Click.
Yes.
And join the fun. We should start like discussion topics in the Discord.
If only those existed. Yeah, agreed.
Talked about this today. What's your thoughts?
Okay, let's drop it in. 33 hours and 10 days past Deadpool. 10 days past Deadpool on Sunday, so we'll be able to talk about it then. Cool.
I'm hyped. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts.
Thanks, dude. I like your thoughts. Bye.
All right. Thanks for watching, listening. Goodbye.
We're working 9 to 5 in a world so alive. Two friends in the office talking jive. They love the pop culture. It was their obsession. So they teamed up, had a brand new mission. Started a podcast, just like a dream. Talking sitcoms, movies, and all things extreme. From Star Wars to the A-Team, they covered it all. Their conversation